Hello everyone and welcome to the Region 2 Ops Report. Just going to run through the report as we've just sent out to people for February meetings. The first thing we'd like to speak about is that the Code Red preparedness and day-to-day communications with brigades and groups has now moved to an electronic format. We have capability and a willingness to email things backwards and forwards. And so in our Region 2 Rec, which is where you are at the moment, we have a central computer with the email address on it, which goes to all ops personnel. That's r02recc.all@cfa.vic.gov.au. So that goes to all the ops people and to the rec computer as well, and we will send preparedness information out from that computer so you'll be able to copy the address. So that's been working quite well with some of the groups that have that facility. We'd encourage the rest to have a go at that as well. From a keeping up to date point of view, IMS is now available online, and it has more detail of incidents than what was available to people on Brigades Online before. So if you go into Brigades Online and follow the links, you get the normal incident list like you used to get, but you can now click on the incident number and drill down into the information and find out how many trucks are on scene and the status of the fire and how it's all going. On Code Red days recently, admin paging from Brigades Online has been congested, and we've had advice that one of the reasons is that people are listing everyone in their brigade to send pages out to. If people use the Brigade All function, which exists on that, it speeds the system up. So if you're one of the culprits, we're not going to come searching for you, but if you're one of the people that's been listing individuals, then you're actually slowing the system up by that. If you use your Brigade All, it'll go much quicker. That's how it's designed. A couple of things on water. The first one, drink early and drink often. And looking through a report from one of the fires around the state today, several people with heat-related illness, and one person may even be having a stay in hospital because of that. So we'd remind people to drink early, drink often. If you get to the stage where you're thirsty, then it's too late, and your body deals with it much better if you take sips of water often rather than have nothing and then try and drink a litre at once. The second thing about water is in using water from landholders, and we would ask people to record water that they take out of dams. It helps us with replacement later on, and particularly quick fill operators, if they could record in some way how many loads they've taken out and then pass that on and that be recorded, then when people come knocking on our door saying you took all my water, we have some records to work with. There's a new concept light tanker, and as a former driver of a four-wheel drive international, pretty interested in this myself. So doing a tour so we can get feedback is the new Inter 1410 is what it's been nicknamed, is a new concept light tanker. It'll be in Bendigo on the 27th of February, Tarnagulla, Wedderburn and Slaty Creek Sonarnet areas on the 28th, and Castlemaine on the 1st of March. So if you're interested in that, seek out the information and come and have a look and give us some feedback on it. From a training point of view, there's been some invites sent out to people in the last month or so. If particularly brigade managers hear of people that have got those invites, or if they've arrived at your brigade, we would ask you to encourage people to take up the opportunity, reminding people that the secret to a successful service is to give people good equipment and train them, and then the rest of it pretty much looks after itself. So we'd ask you to encourage people to take up the training opportunities, even the busy people. Integrated fire management planning is something people will hear a bit more about, particularly if you're associated with the City of Greater Bendigo in the near future, and in the coming months there'll be more emphasis placed on that. From buildings around the region, the big news there for this month is the Stuart Mill Fire Station will be opened by Bob Cameron, the Minister for Police and Emergency Services, and that will happen on the 21st of February. So that's great news for us and for the brigade there. That opening will occur at around 12:30, and invites are being sent out this week for people for that. From a fire operation point of view, a big thanks to all those who helped with the Drummond fire, which threatened Drummond North, sorry. It was an amazing firefight under horrendous conditions, and some of the images we have from the air as to what that fire was doing, and even just the footprint of the fire afterwards, show there was lots and lots of very good work done. and debriefs from that fire to catch any continuous improvement learnings that we have out of that will be held over the next 2 or 3 weeks. So again, if you get the chance to have your say, by all means get involved in that. Just a reminder that the pre-season DVD that went out updating people on this year talked about after action review, and we would have expected crews to have had their after action review by now, and hopefully you did that at the end of the shift, because that's when it's the most valuable, when things are still fresh in your mind. So if you haven't had a chance to do that and you're together, for instance, on a Sunday at training before the debriefs are held, do that, because it adds real value to the debriefs then. From a CFA People News point of view, OM Deering is back in the chair, and a well done to Craig Britton, who filled in as Operations Manager for 2 weeks. And during that time also Greg Stead, who stepped up into the Operations Officer position as the officer in charge of the Bendigo Fire Station, and also did an excellent job. And on a sad note, we'd like to pass on our sympathy to the family of Lorraine Greenaway, who passed away after losing her battle with cancer, and our thoughts are with her family at this time. That concludes the Ops report for this month. Again, we would encourage you to feedback on this format, and thank you to the people who've done that, and hope you enjoy it. And again, we'll be online in the last week of next month, operations allowing us to get round to that. So thank you very much.